Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. Today's September 21st, 2023. September 21, 2023. Salon people there, you see, say, when you fet the right fet. Your body know the shake, you know the trimne, you know the dance, you know the jump, you steady. You see, Salon people for 5 years, what we don't show now, what we teach you on this platform is first of all that, that saying when they say two heads are better than one, to God in this day they walk. You see, because me no sabi nothing, Comrade no sabi nothing, Cashbox no sabi nothing. We all the try, we learn every day no more. We go look here, we check here, we go back based on past experience. Come say, hey, now this year I be read some site, this year we don't practicalize we don't practice this thing. Look and discuss this thing, but not share. That is how the world works. Now you make Singapore, nation like Singapore, they know they like it today, and they side and they so 61 years later or 60 years later, because we got independence 4 years before Singapore, so it's about 59 years. But you get leaders that will say, this country will change and for like be a better place for we people live. They like today Singapore don't come up from a third world to a first world country. Comrade always they talk about that, they share with my experiences. Where we did a Paremba Road prison, where read that book today. That the eye opener where it gets today. These are the things we're saying. And so much man, so they learn, you read, you learn, you improve yourself. We don't compromise yourself for no idiots, no social, no politician, no born heads to them. We could compromise with because we don't see the problems. We don't see how we people and they suffer. We don't see what in Sierra Leone don't become delicate today. We know the pains of Sierra Leoneans and we know some people deserve better and Sierra Leoneans deserve better. And that is why we continue to fight against this misinformation, this disinformation. And there is a new one, the malinformation. There was a computer, malware. Where people they do then phishing attacks for installing malware into your computer for destroy your computer, only computer to ransom. So malinformation, so disinformation, misinformation. With that misinformation, they can lie down and they tell us, hey, I like that moment can we're gonna be the commissioner. So go ahead and announce the results. Misinformation.
Alekna, Madam View.
Yes.
Or Fatima View.
Yes.
Then the commissioner.
Right. Yes.
No. You see, Ibrahim, what in they give the cause? Now, like way people believe in fake promise, then see everybody say, not to know the way people don't do over the years, way they able to resist. People make let's say they know hear or they not pay attention. And the things they might have been do consistently 5 years. You can't force the first one, beat members of parliament, pulling a parliament, and go speaker of parliament. Then tell you say the ECOWAS can't talk, say let them go no more, so then go walk, then go try for return the members of parliament. Then go try for do the thing high for happy. If for more ECOWAS let them go, case closed. After 1 year, they say okay, this one. We not say they're not getting up where they're no good.
Please, like I don't think the bills you story right now, but that's time for ECOWAS where you can talk to them. You see, it's not similar to what's in the going right now. Where like if they don't resist for go to parliament, and this is what we've been saying on this platform, say for the fact that ECOWAS come and talk to Una for Una go to parliament, it means they know the importance of Una. If Una not go there will be a stalemate, and this is exactly
the ECOWAS chairman.
Yeah.
No, the ECOWAS chairman by then, now somebody will beat the members of parliament there. It dissolve parliament by force. That Guinea dissolve president. He make election. He put himself in the ECOWAS chairman. Let me tell you something, Kashi. This president ECOWAS with this, so they are like ECOWAS chairman. Now, how he teach election? The case that cost, I go choose them for the new ECOWAS chairman. Let me tell you something, Kashi. African democracy is just a sham. Now, you know that just for let them take criminals there, for let them go see, then they can in a democratic means for undemocratic system.
But you be the bill the thing that was about you be on the team.
Now they come, and they can't not forget me thoughts. I just want to tell you why make Africa democracy no go ever strengthen. You take a criminal like Tinubu, you go to an ECOWAS chairman. Why you don't take election? You say in an ECOWAS chairman. A president for go head the commission. You take a criminal for go to an EU chairman. Now I tell you, law make it very clear. EU, the European Union president and the chairman, not to president, not to prime minister. Now under the somebody they elect. United Nations the big one. The US Secretary General, not to president. Now somebody they take from anywhere, they can't head the UN because they know unless somebody president, they begin do bad thing, they take the power, elect Nigeria. When we see what happened 5 years ago. We say people pull that complex. Whenever they don't do that, first one impose member of parliament, big members of parliament, they impose speaker of parliament, deputy speaker, then put the committee to the standard. They say, "I say, let's go negotiate." You don't need a parliament after the 15 years. You don't just start in top time of parliament. He knows the procedure. You're not a deputy speaker, a lawyer. Then you go full people, enter, then go. 1 year later, then the SSF is okay now. We don't get to the first assignment. Local party, second one. Remove 11 members of parliament. Brutally, then go to court whereby the constitution of Sierra Leone say when they remove an MP or the MP has gone or he died, the only way they get MP in the parliament now rerun election.
Right.
Because SLPP no see all say them go to the no see that if they make election they lose, even if they make contest they lose, if they do they just go to pull MPs there. The courts, imagine this unlikely judiciary will get where the cause of the war wey make the court woman their hand, rape picking them, burn people houses them, kill people like dog. The cause of that thing they see the judiciary and the police. Imagine then go then pull MP there, then say MP then go to court illegally. MP don't tell about saying equal say no can sit down. They legalize them. All of them, either a bit and the constituency for anything you do where you go against the constitution and treason, they all commit treason. From the MPs where they go, the judges where they pass that law, the one where they go swear the MP that you don't say wrong, they do. The same thing when they make it up for election at 1-0, where you can the division, the same thing for all the constituency there. Because if you don't say they don't accept the police, then make sure say that you don't accept the eye. As the leader of the opposition, so when you talk in the parliament, they didn't say anything. What's happening now? Then they begin to sack people now, if I'm like register. Illegal to them. Then begin now for appoint people and by tribalism. We saw it coming and say, hey, tribal appointments. And they believe in all over. Then begin to tribalize the two of them. See now, finally, we don't succeed. Ibrahim, say now that's foundation make man of you get man, sack Auditor General. For when they sack Auditor General, Ibrahim, that talk self, you know, they never take up. Let me just effect full memory. The time former President Kuruma sacks and Swana. SLP then they take demonetize APC for 2018 election. That one needs to the whole and they know nothing. Then they take demonetize APC for 2016 election.
Oh yeah.
Even in their campaign, this campaign they're not talking about Auditor General. They don't begin Msg Sept when I forced to start. So you see, the SLPP 5 years they do things systematically. They get away with people and they jail them for nothing. Opposition leader they put their facts of people. They honor the system. They're ready for challenge SLPP. They not get leadership. What them do now? Now for people and social media for can make some of the messaging. So people them not get choice. Like when somebody angry, you give one bottle to eat. You give recipe assassin to eat. You give food because he's hungry. People them come down. They just listen for let them able to encourage themselves because they not believe in the judiciary again. They not believe in the radio station again. They not believe in journalists again. They not believe in nobody. They don't believe in social media. When I can't talk through the ticker. When I can't talk like with the ticker. What's happening? The social media become polluted. Then can now the collective camp and the politician there. Both parties, the entire politician they come together now, then gang up. Both parties Ibrahim, they come together, then gang up against the people there. The SLPP, the APC, the NGC, the C4C, 4 parties in the parliament. See the leaders the role they play. Can they what you tell me? They say they join strategic alliance with Madaview. After Madaview, don't bulldoze the country constitution. You don't impose speaker of parliament. You don't go make a ministry where you don't have na salon minister of first areas. You don't go put commissioners where they don't pass by law. You don't go make a airport deal where you don't pass through parliament. You don't kill people there. You say I join for strategic alliance. What the ambassador do? Where can EU parliament? He attack the EU ambassador. You say let them pull up. What did Jake do? He and Spain then go request parliament. He left salon money. He takes salon money. He go request parliament for go to but the final report they make where they say very good report. Where they make the other members of parliament from other member come to them, they challenge and they say, this report, if I know both in that the wrong thing that not in this report here.
Thank you.
After he knows if he did there, you go disgrace. God will disgrace that because they say the report so fine, but what's in the ground not to irreflect that report. How that they happen?
Come in. Just one give you a break there. Like please put your thoughts there. Again, let me remember the report. Honorable Veronica, whatever her name was, her surname is, it said clearly the report, like the head of the delegation that being Kerry Coco, and it was read and when kind of like read by Kerry Coco, and Kerry Coco signed it. So not only
he said they put their input, all of them put their input in the report.
All man gets an input, and then he signed up, he approval because he was the head of the delegation.
Yes, and he knew if the report the current man in the challenge, so you know, say other people in for challenge because they follow Sinapia Salom, especially Olivia and the Gambia member of parliament, they do all this way.
Right.
What he do? He commodity. They say what he get important thing for attend the salon. The important part of the salon, Fisher way don't they be Samura for let the jail Samura. Fisher way go dissolve the APC party illegally. Like our program. Remember the man do a big judge in 1 year complete illegally judge without approval of parliament. Like the approval now. After we don't destroy the APC, imagine he was never been a judge approved by parliament. Like dissolve APC cabinet. Tell the lawyer, we no say no to lie. Now lawyer, I know this thing. Because he wanted leadership for let them stage manage this for let them get the employee they want to put for turn the chairman there, turn the distance because they want time. He allowed that illegal to happen against APC. He worked as a leader of the opposition of parliament. He knows this man not can deny, so not approve it, it's not question on it. So you not get it for any case as a lawyer, not just not as an MP, as a lawyer. He knows this man they not approve it, so you not get it for go decide on any matter until parliament approve you. The man dissolved APC cabinet. He imposed sanctions by APC. He take emotions. He put some pattern judgments. He take emotions. He put some pattern judgments. So you don't disqualify for judge that matter. Even as a lawyer, you know, me not a lawyer. Why load it here? So he take emotion, put on top judgments.
It's got nothing to do with like being a lawyer. It's the fact that
no, I know. The fact is, no need for being a for incident here.
Yeah, but
they allow it here.
In any profession, anything where they screw you objectivity, anything you will resign from it. Anything when they screw you objectivity, your integrity, you will resign from that role rather than saying that, imagine, and APC lawyers were begging him for my past judgment, even though it don't show clear signs say in objectivity not be skewed. Sorry, come
Yes. As a lawyer, he knows this is wrong. After when they can because for Kerry Samura and court now, between that and the APC is now for let go play the team. But Fisher was so smart. He knows say for today, if you do any judgment they do, we contract against the people that win that APC, who they don't see Samura as the most popular candidate, no problem. They say they push until July. They're not in the parliament. This that first way you want to vice president to is done there here. You don't like one parliament. In deputy can go by the Spain. Well, it's happy. What's in that MP scale? Very look at this. He said if you don't say you not being agreed to that participant. You know for being common agree for you don't challenge because I am all day. Yeah. And the actual thing. Now the
Honorable Snow as well. Honorable Snow.
Yes, Honorable Snow told the same thing.
Yeah.
But they make fine reports because they know say if there's not they are like foreign MP they challenge them, they disgrace to them, they all balance. Man is paid from that to today. Other area again. So it's how politicians then come together collectively, fight against good politicians, their own political party, for the battle on the left, for the case all over this year. Now, Ibrahim, the most amazing thing that's happened.
I cut you in between. But come on, like waiting, the Jerry Coco and the Manly Spain. Till from that day, when we talk about it, okay, now we assume that they listen to the platform because we want to bet about about them, right? But the AYV talk up, AYV do a whole program about it where that civil society guy did it. What's his name? He wasn't.
No, but Fatuma. So
that's it.
Abdul Fatuma.
Yes.
Talked about it now.
Abdul Fatuma.
Yes, he talked about it. Up to this day, Terry Coco or Manly Spain, wake up peace. 50 days, they don't come and talk. Why?
Absolutely
because they don't again utter disrespect for the people of Sierra Leone.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, comrade, you don't lay out all the points.
Right. Let you see. Whether you know the APC, even the members, they don't know what they want. Now, if I see the social media now today, imagine someone that just flag there and leader because the leader, temporary leader, if you say the rest already has, they allow for who the leadership will end the APC according to the APC constitution with this now.
Absolutely.
Now, because they tell them get for knock someone through the court, they're not able to. They plan to get that book matter be for rudeness. They all join for rudeness so that the agenda of 2 things they happen. Right. Now, they know what should be there. How do they castigate someone about 14 and someone about for talk? Hey, someone for talk. Someone for challenge. Someone if you not to man, if you mistake, they kill him. If you do so, they kill him. Someone come out for need people left. Jerry Coco 5 years with the talk to the column. Let me say something. First to start, let someone about talk. We accept him in as a leader for talk. Because who believes the leadership for take responsibility? So when they're in charge, take charge.
Thank you.
When you're in charge, take charge. But why? You can't not take charge. That is the question, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
Now the proper Samura Kamara, they make video, hey, not to man, Samura not to man, you not to leader, Samura for make so. Now they call Samura. Now they call him myself for them to take charge. Who support her? Because they all know the sycophancy when they listen to people. They don't listen to people way matter. Then they let me say subscription, they don't possible by this team because they say no, go back there.
When I call Sadoni, Mama go listen to Bayo.
No, they say the one when they defend and they say no, go check back. Not be jealousy. Wait for them, go check what's about your foot. So you know go come back your foot again. Now they say go there. We accept say una cause for like take charge in a leader. But why would I be defend Jericho for like not take charge? Why are they put Jericho for this year? Why would I still no one call Jericho on Almighty God when I get? Well, I will have to say that in the plan, in your plan of the come. What you are doing is what I'm right now. Nobody can check with them for say this was what me could true because in the plan.
Yes.
So the selfful enough for cost Samura for put Samura like say about cost like say a week. So that you will lose in momentum, they lose the confidence for the people. They say that. But now lie. Cherry Coco, this party they contribute 80%. Follow this or this today. It then the parliament then pass this new election bill where the Mama Canal connect the power for call the judge. It then the parliament then pass the chief of PR system. It then the parliament they use the NIN politician then did say they use that the next point that
absolutely.
We tell us in a lie they use that. It then the parliament bank governor say money no be. It then the parliament. Jericho within the parliament, they sack Auditor General, they know the pandemic, they don't want to talk about that. They set committee for investigate education, take degree. They not set committee for investigate why they sack natural peers. They did a parliament 5 years, they not debate, they not debate the audit report for 5 years. We not put up for someone ahead. Someone just like that. We don't know for anything, they don't pass somebody, not power for changing anything. Jericho will get power, lead up the position, the vacuum. They feel the whole vacuum, wait for take advantage of. APC no get leadership. We in a court. NRM no come. NRM two. Now the Sukuma faction the under. The Pasane faction the under. They sit down collectively demanding the parliament. Young man, you see, want to vice president. You see, the one in party with whose action don't play. No, I like to talk about challenge. Even the same level of hypocrisy and problem. So you know, at the look people I say look trouble. Yeah. So una able to hold leaders accountable. Yes. So now able call on leaders here. So now able call say someone come out to man. So now we get this sense say if the leader not act. Only succeed. So now sense continuously on thing they do a party who they want to in play the party play with me could do say so. Una for a innocent Samura. Samura is sorry for them. Now professional all in life. And you can go just get this year instead of take advantage of the position because nobody know they have full man and God they need to change. Full man and God they need to change. Then go say hey, no, you for change. You don't come 5 years. You don't see he fail for Let me tell you something, Ibrahim. Trust me, sometimes they are the downside people that to get doctorate degree or professor.
Absolutely.
Because when you become doctor or professor, now so many things that you don't do.
Yeah.
When they reach you outside, you know go take that things in quick time.
Come wait, I know they feel sorry for Samura. And this excuse about Samura is a professional. Samura na economist, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
No, Kashi, what we can feel sorry for them? Let I tell you, sometimes they no, Kashi. You know, even they beat you picking, like picking, wait, Dubai, they beat up, but they get some. So you know, to make I can't feel sympathy, small, or as a cause for letting charge. Now, when Msg Sept now, it then I say, where you take the read along the line, you know that real people like we want to play the other side. Yeah, listen, Kashi, let me tell you something. The level of platform there, who agree for listen anybody.
Right.
Let me go on this platform. I don't know can condense for this. Say what you talk to today, you know, for talk. We platform believe in that democratic space. Say talk to you for talk. Who can actually analyze? Right. Now we know what they say after because only they can talk. They analyze their weakness. But one they don't condemn and they say this one they talk today for talk. Who don't condemn? No platform don't believe in that day.
No.
Also, now listen to anybody. When I pick the reality from the cake, we make every day.
Absolutely.
So now listen to everybody. When I listen for land. We are not seeing land, but instead of listening for see reality, they listen for Let me tell you something, man. Politicians are not good people there.
No.
They know say we
African
the two comes so the problem for them. Now they see and I tell you say the truth. Now like water the boil. If I water the boil, it take the cold. It is using the under now the vaccine now. It's better to late than never. So una the old someone come accountable. So now they get the sense here say now the responsible for that so now the so now they get the sense. So that someone on go sell and go kill them. So let the agenda work for 2028. By Mahmoud, organize secretary from today. What you talk? Today.
And you not go pay. You not go pay that balance money.
If you be last night Dumbia, Ibrahim, if last night Dumbia or Mikhail Masari, they talk say not to them call for protest. like take the neighbor cause the mama because one part of the master and the parents and then we talk. See them at the cause am.
Yes,
The last time they just call them for protest and they say one of my Samora Kamara. Then cause him all kinds of. Hey, look, that's someone a leader. That's someone a leader. We call for protest someone. Say let them protest before election. Then cause him all kinds of. Say one of my Samora Kamara. We have to talk to APC call for. Remember, protest are fully right to. Protest are for call for when the leaders for call for them. Then connect myself. The any other person not to win be the last time be or Mikalo Masari or like Richard Court of Palo. That no more when the list for the cause of attitude. So they call that protest. Ibrahim, hypocrisy. If you don't understand alone, we don't need for monocytes. But if better we don't know see, let people see them now. Let them see them. Let them see the nakedness. Then they go make hypocrisy. They cause someone mama. They cause someone say for take charge. They come and tell you take back kids. Put her on that day. Go hide on that day. Say no come out tonight. No kill you. Now.
You know,
like with this, if we run lots of the two, how many get here? How the fan producer? We have look at the appointment there. We have look at the appointment. We have look at play that both local and personal platform. As the leader of the opposition, hey, NDC be better than the NDC hour. New party, the NDC hour like they don't talk.
Yeah.
Jericho get APC hour. Chris, when they don't do the thing, we talk about that mining deal. When they go box out big money, they talk again anything.
Yeah.
Then we pass all kinds of fake deal there, contact them. Anyway, now on the platform.
No,
they don't expose themselves.
You know, you see, comrade, talking about everything we say. We can go back, Kashi. Go, matter of fact, Kashi, come on in, bruh. You get a lot of points.
Ibrahim, you come on in because I've been interrupting, comrade.
Okay. You see, let's go back to the Alfred Peter contest saga. Kashi and comrade yesterday, you know what we brother torment me saying I found that video I share with them. Usai where I pull that video and say, then why are they planning for pull Samora Kamara at the race? You know, comrade, we'll pick this topic here today. Like I talk no more, we're a liberal man them. But you see, I pull that video there. Hey, if you hear that, Samora Kamara people, hey, look out, people have this.
Yeah.
I can't warn them. I say Alfred Peter.
Hey, look, Ibrahim. You would tell me I said this, don't like APC. And by the way, Ibrahim, I need to change the name to Ibrahim APC. And if you notice, comrade, where ready for call you, they say comrade. But me when they call me, they say Kashi.
No, Kashi.
No, Kashi. You don't make our comrade. They say comradeship, the Pan-African language, not the political language.
That's what political
language. My camaraderie they form to let them fight for African liberation. Now they just say na APC. No, it's let me call a comrade. I say why they talk. I say comrades because like all time as a comrade for a political for no, not this platform for make. We call on a meaningful settlement and then follow with Think Sierra Leone from all political parties. We're not even a APC platform. We're not a APC platform. The platform who say we all now one. That's what start say we all now one.
That's just the joke.
Yes.
The point where the big now is, I mean, it's good if I don't fight and say, you know, this is ours. We need to protect it and we need to fight for it. And but you see, although you didn't call me comrade like Kashi, you got to scream in Kashi. But you right now are all the same.
No, what you can call it Kashi because the guys are the economics. The OT don't predict to me. Like you know, what about like you know,
going back to that point.
Right.
You see, when you pull that video about Alfred Peter content, where it talk about like, you remember this guy, he do a video. When I say Ibrahim, always say the pan do, every the pan from right now, they can pull this video for Samora Kamara. Oh, this and that. Ibrahim, the very person, you will give a warning. Like what you say so, that way they say we choose this topic no more today, right? You know, like maybe it's a joke, but don't just left the minute, just now they watch the play. Now we just watch how they display. That's social media.
Absolutely.
No, not make us not talk Kashi, we constantly no clear because we all know self. Because when they talk about this information, if we allow them to settle, then we succeed on the agenda. We let them see the agenda. So not to see the one like Samora Miko. Now the agenda for knock Samora out, the plan we don't feel that court. The plan failed for let them do it, then the ones achieve so now. Not of just put Samora now because Samora Sept apparatus constitution. If he not succeed, I know it's the end of the career, but for this time he get for Sudan for a week. He said no that day. So then make the one try for knock and now let the man sit down. Let's okay me. I don't forget about politics. For demonize them. So even at the end of the career, he go be disgraced. So that thing they don't know they are not set. Let them know say the agenda they get. The agenda is not genuine.
Absolutely, we all know say. In Samora Kamara, you know, like there are lapses. This man sit down for almost with the talk, and like what you talk so comrade. Let me look critically. Like this video with Ibrahim pulled yesterday, Shara. where Peter Conte they talk say, oh, if you get case, you need for gonna corner force and all that in the day. When Ibrahim Pula, where Peter Conte they do in nonsense of the APC, Ibrahim Pula may people be aware of the plans of Peter Conte. What if you don't talk and all that in the day? That weekday, Papa God. We get the cost this guy, Ibrahim.
You know.
Now exactly the plan of Peter Conte. Now what shall you like? What you talk? 5 years in parliament.
Not to Peter Conte plan Kashi. That will cost Ibrahim. That will them work behind the scene for knock someone out. The Peter will cost Ibrahim.
Exactly.
The way Ibrahim pull that video, someone put a potty. Where the crowd, Ibrahim said, this man, that the man is APC choose. They're not talking. But that way, begin to show the plans of the evil plans against the money agenda. Where you pull them, not say, okay, this man will sorry for that. Now we believe they solve the problem. Now that the agenda 2022 will come out, they send the full and show me that for course. I always say like Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Like Ibrahim, I don't see the come on.
Oh no, go ahead, Kashi.
Like what you come here today and make mention 5 years in parliament, not once the audit report was debated in parliament. Ibrahim.
Right.
Let me tell you, Ibrahim, you see, like in the finance profession or accountancy profession, and when certain people get like certain, depending on the level, you revenue, you assets, or you employees, number of employees and things like that.
Yeah.
It mandates me in the UK for make you be audited.
Absolutely.
But there are certain companies that they were exempted from being audited. But they do harm just because they want to build their reputation. So even though they are not mandated by law to be audited, but they do harm just for building their reputation. So when they want to go to their new clients and all that in a day, they would actually kind of like say, you see, they don't audit, we account, we are reputable enough, we're credible enough for people to do business with me. Right? The reason why I say this, 5 years in parliament, they don't debate non-audit report.
No.
Ibrahim, when investors want to come to salon, they would want to actually kind of like see the audit report, and there are flaws in the audit report, and they want to see, according to the constitution, parliament for debate and resolve the issues in the constitution.
Absolutely.
Ibrahim, the reason I'm not going to tell people and say there is direct political connection with the economy.
Absolutely.
As a result of when the audit report not be debated by this parliament, Ibrahim,
right.
And because to make investors they run away from we country. 5 years in parliament, Jericho not defend these things and say, no, this audit report is not debated. We will walk away from this parliament.
Absolutely.
It goes back to waiting for president. When ECOWAS come now salon, it's better than from the parliament because they know the usefulness of parliament, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
FPC, don't tell me NGC get 6 seats and 4 seats. CPC get 8 seats, 12 seats. FPC, they are nearly triple the NGC and CPC together. If FPC could have gone the needful, like what they do so right now, and they tell you, Ibrahim, for good things they don't change that account today. But just because Jericho, I'm tell you, Ibrahim, Jericho, the investment always they make right now in salon politics. Now the social media, the one that went defensive for it.
Yeah.
Now there's no more investment, the biggest investment nowadays in politics right now.
Absolutely.
Thinking that they tried, thinking that they were going to knock us down.
Absolutely.
But you know, see, we not be aware that we not over pain. We will not step with that big constituency. Where please know the faith, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
And this is exactly what we stood for, and we're going to continue to fight, expose these politicians. How can you do 5 years now parliament? Who's not going to make laws? Who's not supposed for the laws? They're not debate one audit report with the constitution said. Yeah, they're going again. It goes back to
Section 86 too.
ID card. They're not. None of them. No. Who signed the ID card promotes? Papa God. None of them actually tell me who signed the ID card promotes. Just for making the ID card begin come black and white. People in face the show and they say, oh, now my appeal, and they give the contract. Oh, now this they give the contract. Up to this day, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
None of us know whether they give the contract. And then we say there is opposition in parliament. Shut up.
Absolutely. You know, I'm going to tell you this, Kashi and Comrade, and I appeal to Salon people. A leader, a politician, because he's not a leader. He get the title, but he's not a leader. A politician, like Honorable Chino Majuba, I want to call Cherry Coco, not deserve a space in Sierra Leone's politics. For 5 years, And it's about the last 10 years of APCO, 5 years of the SLPP. This man not take interview in a BBC, and not take interview in a Voice of America, and not take interview in Al Jazeera, and not take interview in a AYV, and not take serious interview na 98.1 at least, and not take interview in a no small radio station or TV station across West Africa for 5 years in a country where they brutalize, then they kill people, then they destroy with democracy, then they remove members of parliament, everything we come record I don't outline in the opening of this video. So for 5 years, this man Sidom is aloof. Like you don't even know what's in the go on, you don't even know what's in the happen. Una make him leader. They make him a running mate within the APC. Now they know say APC the demise and the destruction of the APC party reach. They make this man a running mate for the sake of no more say waiting. Waiting was the basis of making him a running mate. We fail with people for 5 years. He passed bad laws in the parliament. This man not come up for can defend and tell the world say, I am not a part of this. Una make that man a leader and they appeal to una every Sierra Leonean today. The APC people. Honorable Cherno Majuba. Cherry Coco does not deserve a place in our politics. This not got to do with Badat. This not got to do that with Lek. We not care about Lek. This is just based off of the fact that he is not effective in his job. Una not take him, una not go take from other people. It is the same man they like it today. So when they confuse social media, now when I watch the play, it's obvious. It is very, very obvious. But you know, that left side, they will come the back. You see, Comrade Kashi. Now go back.
Before you left that side, please.
Right. Go ahead.
That side,
go ahead, Kashi.
You know, critically, Ibrahim, Cherry Coco, like what you just showed, you really say the 10 years of the APCO. But Ibrahim, I cannot remember whether the 10 years of APCO or the last 5 years. Cherry Coco was the deputy speaker of Parliament. Like the last 5 years of APC or the 10 years, I cannot remember whether it was the full 10 years, but I'm sure definitely the second term he was the deputy speaker.
Yep.
Ibrahim, according to the law and salon, the deputy speaker of Parliament is the head, the chairman of the BAC committee. In other words, the Public Accounts Committee in Parliament.
Absolutely.
In other words, he is privy to every financial news or happening in the salon for the last 5 years of the APC.
Absolutely.
So he has wealth of information of like all finance problems of the salon economy. The salon. Ibrahim, that could have been a very good starting point, a place for the experience of it can be like an opposition leader. The reason why I say so, that because with all the revelation, with all the audit reports, will not be the debate. Cherry Coco had wealth of information or wealth of experience in attacking the SFPP government. Did he execute that?
No,
Did he actually show forth the experience where we don't get that over the last 5 years? He was the one where actually not be the chairman for the finance committee, which of course the audit report go actually then in desk for review for the last 5 years of the APC.
You know,
why
Kashi,
did he actually use that advantage
Kashi,
when he was opposition leader?
Kashi, a member of parliament for the ruling government, now he come out and make them very clear. I say, hey, we all fail, including the opposition, will not debate the Auditor's General report. That's our yes. It come and talk.
Yeah.
You know, some people don't open up on a mind, don't open up on a yes. Again, when I left these blind loyalties. You know, there is no point in getting blind loyalty at the extent to which we damage the country for nothing. And lead a member of parliament from SLPP, now you can talk on the TV for saying, now we all, if we not debate the Auditor's General report, now we all fault, including the opposition. Honorable Cherno Majuba. Go ahead, comrade.
Ibrahim, you can change the future, but you will change history. You can change the future, but you're not ever able to change history.
No way.
The only thing you can do for change history is for correct the present, for letting know before the consequences ahead.
Absolutely.
Ibrahim, they change the future. You change future complete, but history they change them.
No way.
Because they will change history, and make a chocolate tea out of bring tawa. Man, you say, man, I'm go live. Who's like man, you like pass family they say $500 per child per year. Who's like pass and
thank you.
Who's like pass for say you go na Japan president, you don't get a phone. President, you don't get protocol. In just hide no more. You go and see the dodgers and the something no set of state. You see the lock say you salon me trust, salon no me pay debt. You get for dinner do. Whose lie way pass the forgery where the president forged. Even the doctor the audit report, they still indict the office of the president, office of the vice president. Abraham whose lie the way pass, we might have talk say in 6 months, it is a law economy. And that's the first lady. So then we could say you can change the future, but history. Right. When I was telling you, go to class parliament, we go Gambian leader says, Salon peace and stability. You can't debunk the man. When I was saying that happy. When I was saying, you're going to class parliament, you can accommodate. When I was saying, you cannot talk to study. The Hague the way the term call the Queen Monkey hungry for 10 days, not eat. The Hague will not be talk out. When I go tell you, you cannot talk to them. They take me and put Bangala. When I want to put the Bangala.
Thank you.
When I go tell you, I'm not going to parliament. We no go attack the ambassador. The brand didn't record say the UN and EU say the products that do not touch leg, not touch the judiciary. This the brand, they change that.
Absolutely.
You can change the future. The people that for say we want for correct this thing. Then let it not be a recurrence again of misinformation and disinformation. Begin take people that for can't make rudeness because Abraham, let's be honest, talk issues to talk to somebody. Who they call out your name? Jerry Coco, no talk the history, no left the man winner the champion for all this or this. When I reform Pastor on life.
Absolutely. Come on, go through security quick.
Okay.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, come in. Like what you talk so, like this na Sansen witch. When we did a Congo market, like we always did talk. This na proper Sansen witch.
Sansen.
No, this na Sansen witch. Come in. Sometimes if you with man, if you wait my next, then I understand. But for me, what they like, you have a witch now. No, this is a pastor.
You know what you look at what?
Yes.
You know what you do? At what if this man go na shop, Sansen. You go enter. He takes the property there. He pack it. He take motorcycle load. He go. He not pay you. You know what you do? Because I believe say nobody do that.
Yes.
All man they pay for church.
Yeah. True.
If it is man no say if you go mistake thief then they beat at the killer. They go that area.
No.
Simple. So man you know say. Honestly, nobody they don't fake it for a slogan. No,
right.
Law, not a slogan at law. They are the bulldoze.
Exactly.
They are for do. They be saying they kill them bulldoze in some parts of the Constitution alone. MP, member of parliament. Instead, the Aribo came to which man? The Aribo said the which man for pastor. They pay the which man.
Let me do this so. They allow, it's excusable for Terry Coco to be bulldozed and like whatever, Madam dude, but it's not excusable for Samura Kamara. You see. This is the reason for the talk say with this platform not be consistent and say this bulldozing whatever we gonna use, we come and say they're part of the constitution. If we not condone them and allow them, it go kind of like small piece. Like come and pull the variable say small piece like they smell draws. But that the one that will be the right draws. But we go pull the variable and say small piece like they smell consist because we're not consistent will be the way. Come in like the danger there. We don't condone this thing for say, oh, Madam Bio the bulldoze. So it is first of all, it is acceptable for Madam Bio bulldoze the people, but not for bulldoze parliament. It is acceptable for Madam Bio bulldoze Samuel Kabaya, but not parliament. You see the double standard now, yeah? You see the huge double standard, and the only reason why people they say not in the bulldoze, they make excuse for the parliament. It is because Almighty Emperor Cherry Coco is there.
That was what these guys did for the past 5 years of the SLPP. They say, if I can capture some folks in social media where I can just use like tools, and just let them be me talking more. Let them talk for me. Me not for can't talk. Me not for discuss anything. Me not for say anything. Me I they keep silent. Now in this guy do as the leader of the, but it's obvious now all they see what's in the happen, something and they, it's circumstantial evidence, but now in most cases you solve it through circumstantial evidences. So you can go with the circumstantial evidences there, till you get the actual evidences one day. But circumstantial evidence have now part of exhibit where you put forward now a case. And I don't see the social media how the 10 day, Ebo Payasa, then they kosam, by Mahmoud, then they kosam, Jerry Kukure, they kosa. This is the problem. When I look at the team business when on form within the political party, but Comrade and Kashi, like how would he say, when you buck your foot, we come ready to talk. Not look who you go for them, look who you buck your foot. You do them not only for you now, but for future generations. And for Pekin who get for can pass that same road day before you, after you, let them not go buck their foot again and for one day. Now they will run this on a salon. I don't know. Remember that Sierra Leoneans them. We don't buck with foot for 5 years. We no say now yeah the problem day. If Marabio they make sharp more delicate in the United Nations. Yebe. Sierra Leone is a bastion of peace, very peaceful country, wonderful country. You know, and all of that, and this and that, and blah 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 blah. You know, delicate today, what's not happen now because we don't allow, you know, Marabio the opposition, Honorable Chino Majuba. Matter of fact, like now United Nations, so right now, where be say this man, right now, another. It talk loud. If Honorable Chino Majuba is the leader of the opposition, they want to call for Samura Kamara, then they all can talk. Now then tell for take that speech day of Marabio at the United Nations now. Therefore take that speech day and sit down on that speech day. And say, look, analyze this speech. Therefore run to the radio station, run to the TV station. Them. Say, look what this president go talk for get peace na ya problem not na ya the country is peaceful, blah 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 family they safe. Una one day yeri Honorable Chino Majuba as the leader of the opposition. It take on Marabio one in speech. You see on TV, they analyze him. Honorable Chino Majuba for even gets like a platform na TV, and I know say he gets some access to some of the platforms already na Facebook and this and that. But if you sit down on some of them platforms and they present some of these videos, you know, break down these videos of what Marabio say about certain issues and this and that, and you know, communicates to the people. Now, so for hold them man they are accountable. Una let Samura Kamara talk. Fine, we all agree. Let Samura Kamara talk. Let take charge as the leader of the APC at this particular moment. But to go on this day, we don't exempt anybody. We are the chairman of the party right now. I mean, Kailo Masari, Ura the deputy chairman, na Payasane, Ura the leader of the party, na Dr. Samura Kamara, who is the deputy leader of the APC at the party, na Honorable Chino Majuba, Ura the secretary general, na Lawyer Lansana Dubuya, Ebo, Ura Yeri Pa Minkailu, small, we Yeri Payasane, the other day we can talk the talk. We don't hear Dandy Dondon. But then the leader, Samura Kamara, we don't hear what to say after the election. Cheriko Kotesi don't hear after the election. All right, on a skip that man, they don't account to Lansana Dubuya. Now the first secretary general of APC, we making way na BBC for the very first time in almost 15 years. When you know secretary general of APC gets, we go, you know, talk na BBC. Lansana Dubuya can break that myth day. For all I believe, say it is possible if Honorable Chino Majuba be want for talk to BBC, and they talk to BBC, and we know say we get reports of journalists in that country day where they call on Honorable Chino Majuba, say Kamla can talk to Winaya, and they decline them at every point in time. Then they call them Star TV, AIV, all the SLBC. Then they call and say, "Brah, we want to forget interview with you." And they tell us, "Say, "Una call me back, no, una call me back." You know they go there, you know they attend those interviews. What they do because they invest in social media, and the biggest investment. They say no, me know they can't talk the truth now. They allow left the social media, no more allow dirty the social media. Now put the misinformation, now put disinformation, now put malinformation, now destroy the topic no more. Then the people know AI no open. This is what is actually happening. Now that this man don't invest in until you open up on our eyes. Una the poor people them where they suffer. You don't get access to healthcare, you don't get access to clean drinking water. You suffer poverty. Now in you doorstep. You family poor. You generation be you get for poor. If this continue for happy like I happy so. Now they defend people like Cheriko in that country. Where they destroy our destiny, they destroy the faith of una picking them. They destroy the Sierra Leone. We're gonna make Sierra Leone continue for day like I did. After a brutal rebel war today, we not get sense today for handle the issue.
They say so. Honorable Cherikoko, they get opportunity and like waiting with this like when the system work about the talk, like the Oscar seat of like Mother Beyond UN, they all keep combined and talk about it. We know they ever say they don't talk about it. But now when they cherry pick, like you know, pick and choose the one they waiting for talk, but who that for talk and who that not for talk, who that for people move and who that for friend padlock for a month. You know, like it just like well, I remember when we were small, I don't know Ibrahim. When you just see them, they be all them paladin, they put them calendar them paladin where they say, when you guys see you must possess. It's like I said that when they will politics day, they will see that put padlock for the woman. When you guys see you must possess. Ibrahim, for make Madam you they tell we say how the full like employment, you know, like you know that they talk so. Right. He say like full highest employment. Full security, quality education, proper health facility. Right? Proper health facility. Massive ship. Massive ship. Yes. Country can they don't get MRI scan, CT scan, you know, dialysis machine. The question they tell we about say as I go able, you know, help people in a salon. Then this guy they tell we say salon. They say proper employment. Who say youth the day? Just no day. If they talk about free quality education, who say like we, you know, when we talk about the education, and they are Ibrahim, we like picking them, toilet school, educate them, toilet nothing at them schools them. If they talk about food security, where is the food security? Where salon? not able to provide for himself. Then cow milk, then goat cheese them. Then they rot it now by that water low side. Where is this food security, Ibrahim? People are dead and they sick like typhoid. Proper water not in the country, Ibrahim. 7 major rivers around the country. We don't even provide basic water for we people. Then they tell me say health facility in that country. Nobody that is like I say for big agony for leopards, for mass agony for leopards, just saying that the thing. Now who they go put on anymore?
No, guys, where they all build house, then they go put borehole at the house there, put that soccer. When the soccer water from up and the attack, they begin the water under, then get pumped at the house. Don't say that government pump. Then you will provide that for themselves. Use shower, then they use it hot water because they get lights. Then they buy fuel. Government they give them fuel free. So because now the first I said the servants they enjoy past the master.
I tell you.
The servant they sleep at fine house. Servant they fine mutuka. The servant they get free fuel. The master in your transport pass it pass it from Somali worker from Kalbato take an PZ because they put money for people and can. Somali worker from the servants the servant they enjoy pass the master.
Yeah, it's terrible. Comrade Nkashi, when you talk about that water, so we'll get for talk about water specifically. And there are research them we don't prove say them borehole here we don't get a dig in that country themselves. Waiting they happen over time. It reduce the land mass. Land they sink, they go down because all the water they go for the hole, the soil underneath and everything. Out in the sockam. Now, so the land, the soil, they drop. So some hosts and they with the foundations, if you go for be shaky over time, you go host it for them because they have to lose. Yes.
Yeah.
It get for be a thing, in that country. It might take 20 years, 30 years, but until it gets to that point. By God in power, but it has to stop. Borehole and manhole, they need for stop borehole. But comrade, we'll discuss that. But we go back to
we go talk. But
absolutely.
The politicians, them typical politicians, they say they both stop. I go dig well now Congo market. I go dig well now for the people. I go dig well now Sembetown. I go dig well now Wellington. That is what they're boasting of.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine?
Absolutely. They have no plans of having sustainable water, pipe-borne water running through the homes. Then they think in the mindset.
So MP running a parliament for 10 years. From where you begin, when you say the building markets in constituency, from where you begin at 2017, and so MP from where you begin build school and constituency, that drag the point at the way election car. I said I want done the school here today.
And come
the one in London, the one they know we know the good more. This barrier, it can be barrier.
Comrade, I just want.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
It is about them putting laws in place, holding the government accountable for the resources to be spent on these things.
Thank you.
You do the responsibility. I go build hospital. You don't get MRI scan. You don't get nurses there. You don't get proper machines there. Wait for now, but just go put the building no more. Then you employ one paper doctor for go inside it and say you don't go get hospital.
Right.
What is the point of that?
And comrade, and that's the thing, right? Because like how would you say, comrade, Yusuf no say not to the responsibility. I know you just mentioned it, not to the responsibility at all, right? But why they not debate the Auditor's General report? You see, but then continue for the approved new budget every year. Because the budget, the whole thing about the budget, Kashi, is to allocate resources, right? Funding for them get, improve the resources that people and communities they might call it. That is the essence of having a budget. But for 5 years, they not debate the budget at all. So members of parliament who sided for hold the government say, hey, this money we forgo towards building hospitals in our community. Where this money? How would they get this money? For they allocate that fund to the community so that the community will build the hospital. You see, this is the thing that entire salon people don't know. Make with the teach you now. This is the basic civic education thing what we talk about. Not a member of parliament a responsibility for go build school, for go build for go bill and for take out of in pocket in salary where they get for go bill for now. Not so the responsibility that the problem lie. The members of parliament are therefore hold the government accountable because the government get budget every year when they allocate. Say this year, so we don't see say certain area they don't get medical facility, then they will not get small clinic, them will not get community hospital. Them okay, this year with the budget for 10 community hospital. Them na Masombala na Rugbane do bis Kontawala Shekbwema all over.
Now you don't in the village no more. You call.
No, not only village then Kashi. I just now it's in kind of made no more. Not only village then. Aki Masombla. I think now Honorable Abdul AKK na Masombla. All right. Right, so all of the things they allocate, say, okay, all the area and I want for build hospital, one for build clinic. So inside the budget where they can go to parliament for approve, now they all land it for day, then the money come, then they go build the hospital in these communities. Now the responsibility of member of parliament and we just segue now follow educating on that small point. They will get for find the whole topic we'll discuss just on that alone and understand the implications of that, what it all entail. But now so government they work. Then they mark the problem inside areas the way problem then they ask the government and responsibility for go let them make sure say they implement that for the people them. Now so if for work, now so proper government system they work. When the government know what for do I did the members of parliament they say, you know what, I get 200,000 people with us, we all together. We want all as a political party, we pull 4 million people for protests. Say we want that we hospital who supposed to get this community. Now so they work systematically, step by step, right? You hold the government in foot to the fire, and when they arrest on people, when they make sure say none of the politicians they go not go sleep. Democracy should be suffered for all get into what we want. Now make America did usai did like today. The war they were America fit. Salon I know say that was brutal rebel was something one getting good match the kind about war they were America fit, but there was a lot of wars where America fit for let them get this democracy we didn't get. So we don't need for fet war for get with democracy, we for be civilized individuals. But if the one day we get the responsibility now for be civilized, now the same pattern on for give them back, they'll restore with democracy.
They're not just fet war, they fight deadly wars.
Absolutely.
Democracy, it didn't get cheap any side. Leaders then fall, then die. They fight deadly wars for them to do something, and they still they fight.
Absolutely.
So for let democracy, not they fight for one day or here, and they fight for a long one, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
we are
Absolutely.
still there ahead of the fight.
Yeah.
Thank
you. Yep. Comrade, let's come back to them people there. When they call Samora Kamara out, we agree. I want to begin call out from even President Kuruba, when I begin call them all out, so they for can't talk. When I call them all out because they're all stakeholders, all the former ministers, them former, members of party. When I call everybody, so let everybody come out and can talk. But as of this moment, on behalf of the APC as a political party, from the chairman, the deputy, the leader, deputy leader, of course, the secretary general, Lance Naduboy, no need for talk or anything. He is all over. It's a sacrosanct fact. You see, Salon people alone left hypocrisy. We don't deal at the test of times. We don't stand in the balance in between. When I for take a playbook from we, but you see, Africans, the problem is Comrade and Kashi. I go look at you and say, Kashi, this thing I not really agree with Kashi today, but based on everything we don't say so, I'll be mature enough and intelligent enough. Good morning, Silver. I'm mature enough and intelligent enough for now. Say, okay, I don't agree with this man, but if I don't see all the results the way me man, with TV on the talk, no, they can't pass. This man, it tells say petrol price get for go up, price go go up, things could be difficult. A one way body redenomination, members of parliament, the same honorable chair on Majuba and then pass the redenomination at parliament. When we could get 2 money like it today. I see honorable Kabu, they ask, how did you get here? So I be one respond on Twitter, but we brothers are still a left ham. We don't get a good partnership until it become discombobulated. But I say, now they go past the redenomination of parliament. If you don't go past the redenomination, we already get 2 money in Sierra Leone, first of all, in the first place. But anyways, that's our conversation for another day. But the fact of the matter remains, if we get for call out people, comrade, when I begin, nobody name not for left out. Hey, but you get the hierarchy. We don't tell us if this man resign. But when they expose ourselves every day to the people of Sierra Leone, when they show ourselves on a level of ungratefulness, when they show a level of sycophancy and ignorance, because for them to continue for they hide one person, when they go after everybody else, but when they hide one person, it's a clear manifestation.
Few people, Ibrahim.
Yeah, the few people. Thank you. Few people. Comrade. Thank you. It is show on a level of unpatriotism. It is show on a lack of nationalism. It is show how biased on a day. It is show saying that on the problem that we'll get now we can't get like today. If we get a brutal rebel war, we kill people, them cut their hand, cut belly woman and belly, cut their head them. You people are part of the problem because now all
it shows that they're not adherent to the constitution. Is it
absolutely
26
yes.
When you talk, say. Mm-hmm. Somebody he don't do something, then later I realize you're a perfect example, like you said. Where you can come to the APC, then the ineffectiveness when they will sell out the good things we they do, they can demoralize them to many people. Then you see, you can also from Adam. You see in qualification. You look at the man. You do a research about him. You say, this man it will be maybe a good person for changing narratives.
Absolutely.
You can't join them. When the man just as the man not go past it, I say, this I think I've been joined the wrong man. You not make a secret, or you can't have public and say, would that be supporting Kenya for the sake? When I come off from this man, not to better possible. Up to date, like in that patriotism, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Me, I know a person would ever think you go to somebody or put a party person.
Oh,
If you don't have a to separate,
you're not born at it.
How you would think that thing today? The nursing plan not just show the level, they show the level of people. Because let me tell you something, right? Most of the in this students, that's why they're going to. So most of look like it's on number 60 years. You don't get nothing. You don't get nothing back home, you don't get nothing now. So they all have opinion like to be francis. Now we go to salon now after I don't turn professional, I don't get nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Houses there. They get type of car. Now then they support bad politicians. For what if? All that will be said they get conscience when they don't see. We don't go for what if, we just want to go for contribute to contribute and trust me, then they support bad politicians. Most of the world anymore. Watch the how they time. They're not past the 60, that's why they're talking recklessly. They're not even get faced. We see themselves like see. So man that first in 1961 to carry them salon even go salon first. They're peace. You know, let me tell you something, Ibrahim. We know the talk about material things at this part of it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not to say this for get money, for let get vision. Just need to be patriotic for let get vision.
Oh yeah.
Let us be patriotic for one. When we go back so come out why we get to this point. Then we will solve the problem. One pull like iPad and then people and they would call them because they don't leave you to decide.
Oh yeah.
Now MP them just say if they use PR system, we know a symbol. Like one can tell me say you don't go for symbol. Okay. No, so when the time for tell them say it's better to late than never. And I don't begin to realize myself, but I can't public the truth. I don't come from a power person. Someone that just a leader.
You know, Ibrahim, again, it says like these people go back to section 13.
Right. Yes. 13B. Yes, you're right, Kashi.
13B.
Yes, sir.
Say, I think I quoted the wrong one. You know, like
26 was the protest assembly to
exactly the protest.
Yeah.
You don't say so power with a buy business no more.
I got
you.
You.
I
got you, Brad.
And you know, like it say, every citizen shall cultivate a sense of nationalism and patriotism, so that loyalty to the state shall override. Shall override sectional, ethnic, tribal, or other loyalties. Una como bien que Coco, una como bien para Sané, una como bien Sabua Kamara Sensevo na oppose now, una como bien Adescoma, una como bien by Mahmoud, una como bien whoever, una de bien. Let your loyalty be to the state and let that override everything else.
Absolutely.
Look, Salon. Look at the state of Salon, Ibrahim. Look at the way we Salon day. $400 million is what we make as a country. $400 million. The company where we give license to SL Mining, they make $400 million just like we. Does that not tell us something is wrong with the country, Ibrahim?
You see, Kashi, we'll get there. We'll get there. Salon, me, I will tell you.
I like Kema die song. Kema don't sing musical, but you can sing with sing because we always remember I always say don't make Salon. We say Salon don't spoil. Yes, not true, but no left and so. If we left and so, tell me who's a way they go. We all don't know say we don't turn on the past. Now we make them. No, we say we all know say we don't turn on the past, but don't make them for kinder.
It don't be manhandled. Surely it don't well it because make you always say we don't use. Again, if I just call numbers, then I quickly communicate Abraham. We make $400 million,
right,
for a year. Now the entire salon,
right.
But just on we water, they say we can make $5 billion,
right,
which is less than 10%. It's about 8% of what we can just make from water.
Right.
So imagine Ibrahim, we join only we join up per salon. Waiting with the make that salon, it only reach 1% of we potential.
Absolutely.
It means salon up well is just been mismanaged and handled.
And a few,
we can fix it.
Only a few, and then they eat from the cake, then left the masses for suffer. The wealth of Sierra Leone is there. Comrade and Kashi, I don't kind of got tight now a little bit, but I'll not be one to go without them.
No, left
yeah. I just want
you close and make your points and close up for you.
No, Comrade, I will make you close them. Let's just play. I'm gonna go. Let's go tell Adu. I play this video clip na ECOWAS Parliament. It's about 3 minutes. Let it play. Let remind the guy there who say we leader be get an opportunity. We be done the back in the Parliament. Remember, there's a video I see the other day. Say we, that way they walk out of Parliament and all of that. The guy say, "Comrade, we not saying no woko, but to God in this day, waiting them for doing not do them." But the opportunity
that's
now
for parliament where they all go talk.
Exactly.
Who visit don't begin that don't see.
Yes.
Yes, well, not start on maybe the land can now claim me pala that take the bona line I think
Yes, because you know that the pressure be there on with the hit them, and you say you know well for pull face, if not to that it go pass.
Well, this is the thing, Ibrahim. You see, like the pressure. You know, these politicians, they don't need cool water, Ibrahim. This pressure, if it will continue and sustain, you know what I mean? For cool politicians, if we don't change.
Yeah.
But when it happen, they use social media back and come and go buy people because they get prize.
Yes.
The salon, as long as you get prize, you can be bought at any time.
Yeah.
But Ibrahim, if that pressure they be sustained, trust me, salon for don't change.
Yeah.
But anyway, play the video. How long did you say it is?
It's about 3 minutes, but I'll come back and we'll cut and shorter than that, and then we'll go on the last word. Then I recap that player.
So report.
Comrade Kashi, if you permit me, let me exit the call, and then so it will be a lot more loud, clearer.
Yeah,
and then I'll continue on the back. Yes.
Sure. Okay.
All right. Let's play this video.
It's beautiful, but we also hear Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone report is beautiful, but we also hear stated here that there's a major dispute as to representation and how the election will be done. It's obvious. If you speak with one Sierra Leone delegate or two, they will tell you that the political situation they are going towards the election is unstable. There's no need for we to hide anything from each other here. If we in Nigeria discover that there will be no free or fair election, of course we say it out. Because if we say it out, and then once it intervenes, it's helping us. But if we know that there's something that could create problem in the country, and then we come here and sit there and say there's nothing, and something happens, we have lost two countries. So
a situation where police are entering parliament to make sure that there is a decorum in parliament means that that country political situation is not stable.
After the August 10 incident, I think that statement need to be rethink and maybe restated, because we know just a few weeks ago there was a situation at the parliament where parliament member had to fight, and like my colleague said, security personnel had to come in. I'm sure we don't want to consider that kind of situation as saying that security situation is stable.
I think there's a grave situation, and this parliament must send a fact-finding mission to Sierra Leone to investigate this major violation. It's not the first time, it's not the second time, it's the third time. The second issue in Sierra Leone is that less than a year to election, Sierra Leone is still trying to change the electoral law. They're still trying to change the election law to work in the favor of the ruling establishment. I think it's quite alarming, and maybe the Sierra Leone delegation need to speak to this again.
On the issue of the election law, the head of delegation was not mentioned this. That 1 year to the election, you are trying to change the election law. It's not just a law; it's changing the system, where the law obviously affects the system. Now the system is trying to bring into place a proportional representation. But for the short of my political life, proportional representation is done where there are no defined electoral boundaries. And the law of the delegation of Sierra Leone can bear me out of this. If whatever their law say, I will be willing to listen to them. How do you want to move to a proportional representation when there are clearly defined political boundaries, when there are clearly established political constituencies, but yet you want to move to proportional representation as though there are no laws and order? The last time I remember there was proportional representation in Sierra Leone was when the war had just ended. There were no system, there were no laws. I think they did that. Similar thing happened in Liberia, but after recovery now, after all these years, how come you want to move to proportional representation when there are clearly defined political constituencies? Sierra Leone.
Thank you. You see, Salon people, now the question in this over ask. Honorable Chair Nomajuba, Honorable Chair Majuba, comrade, I don't play the video with all the members of parliament them na ECOWAS they ask fundamental questions about where the delegation did. Maybe the delegation can shed light on this. Comrade.
Yes.
Okay.
You see this neck would you so. You get two things we need to forget. The hand is squeeze out till you want to pull the knife, and the hand is shida.
Thank you.
We will know the one they with them it's not for less and no better. Or no the back with the points alone. That two things we know them, but we know all man know that.
Absolutely.
So we now like the neck we know the hand is shida and the hand is squeezing through to Sabia.
Right.
Now we could talk left to understand see. It's high time let's look yourself see the life are they for a better life.
Absolutely.
Or not to better life.
Thank
you. The work capacity, if you picking, you get for picking will pay for good school. They declare for the politician that he left to. But I don't think it will change. Brutally, it will change by the grace of God.
Absolutely. You know, the like what me go say,
right?
Politicians they don't set for destroy we. Like, you know, in the intro, comrade make mention of waiting. You know, KKY tell we say they go make strategic alliance.
Yeah.
You know, I know disputes to strategic alliance, but the strategy is to kill Sierra Leoneans. The strategy is for destroy the economy.
Right.
It is strategy for destroy the health facility and all that. So it is part of like the strategic process alone.
Yeah.
But what is the strategy? Everybody gets in your strategy. And some strategies can destruction, Ibrahim. And this is exactly what we don't see from these politicians. And salon people, una watch una back. These politicians, they've ganged up, like what comrade they say, against the lives of us.
Yeah,
and we should not let this happen to us. We should stand up against it because we get what it take for all, these people accountable.
Yep.
Let we hold foot to the fire. If I can borrow your words.
We have to hold foot to the fire, Kashi. We have to. You know, comrade. Let's play this other.
Dynamic bastion of hope.
Let's play this other audio of Marabi waiting at UN the talk. Let it listen.
Yeah.
God, brother.
A united, peaceful, and dynamic bastion of hope and opportunity. A nation where our aspirations for abundant jobs, food security, quality education, and equitable healthcare are not mere dreams, but manifest realities, where justice and opportunities are not mere prerogatives of a few, but the birthright of all. Mr. President, in the face of global upheavals,
Kashi and comrade, I played out a video in the United Nations. We might be able to say, it's a bastion of peace. Everybody's enjoying quality education. Can anybody show me a substantial, serious video of Honorable Chino Majuba who said they cry this free quality education we might be able with? Who are the parents and they cry up and down that country? You know, come with go for Google. I don't come with the beginning.
No, because you know sometimes they don't want to talk to can vex again. Because on it they post vex.
The only thing we go say about that video is comrade Ibrahim. You know, no politician they feel called. They just need to lie no more. They go to church and mosque for the one faith. For the one fear of God. And when the Bible says, it says the fear of God is the beginning
of wisdom. Absolutely. No. Absolutely. But yes, you want to call Samura Kamara for him to speak up? We agree. Every politician should speak up, but we not exclude nobody. All man for can speak up, yeah? Una left hypocrisy, una left this switch life, una left this alaki life. Anyway, bye-bye everybody.